She called me her brother. Until another woman chose me, I used to do everything for her. Good morning texts, late night calls, listening to her vent about her problems, driving across town when she needed help, remembering the little things she liked. The funny part, we weren't dating. We weren't even talking. At least, not in the way I thought we were. I was just a guy doing boyfriend things for a girl he secretly loved. And everyone in our friend group knew it. There were 6 of us, 3 guys, 3 girls, my best friend Jake, me, Ryan. Then there was Emma, Sophia, and Lily. Lily was the girl I liked. Sophia was dating Ryan. Everything seemed perfect, until it wasn't. One night, I finally got the courage to tell Lily how I felt. I still remember how nervous I was. My hands were shaking. My heart felt like it was trying to punch its way out of my chest. I told her everything. How much she meant to me. How long I'd liked her. How I wanted to be more than friends. She smiled. Then she said the words that changed everything. "You mean so much to me." My heart started racing. Then she finished. "But you're like a brother to me." Brother, not boyfriend, not potential boyfriend. Brother. It felt like someone had kicked me in the stomach. And to make it worse, she said it loud enough for the whole friend group to hear. She made sure to emphasize the brother part. A couple of people even looked uncomfortable, like they knew how brutal that was. But I respected her answer. I didn't beg, I didn't argue, I didn't try to convince her. I simply nodded and accepted it. Then I changed, not out of spite, not to manipulate her, not because I was angry. I just realized something. If she only saw me as a friend, then I needed to start acting like one. No more daily good morning texts, no more buying her food, no more dropping everything whenever she called, no more emotional boyfriend duties without the title. I treated her exactly how I treated every other friend. And suddenly, she had a problem with it. "Why are you acting weird?" "I'm not. You've changed." "I guess I have." "Why don't you call me anymore?" "Because we're friends." She hated that answer. Every boundary I created became a problem. Every bit of attention I stopped giving became a complaint. Every favor I stopped doing became drama. And the entire time, she knew exactly why. Because she was the one who told me I was like a brother. What she wanted wasn't a boyfriend. What she wanted was boyfriend benefits without commitment. And for the first time in my life, I stopped volunteering for that role. Things got worse months later. Because while all of this was happening, something strange started developing between Lily and Ryan. Ryan, the guy dating Sophia. The guy who was supposedly planning a future with her. The guy who talked about marriage. At first, nobody noticed, except Sophia. Sophia was studying law. She had a habit of paying attention to details everyone else ignored. Small inconsistencies, contradictions, behavior patterns. And once she became suspicious, she started connecting dots. Texts that didn't make sense, stories that changed, missing time, excuses. Then one day, she found proof. Ryan and Lily had been seeing each other behind her back. The girl who called me her brother had no problem getting involved with another woman's boyfriend. And Ryan, the guy talking about marriage, he cheated on the woman who trusted him most. The fallout destroyed our friend group. Sophia was devastated, not because she lost a boyfriend, because she lost the future she thought she had. The wedding plans, the dreams, the trust, everything. My best friend Jake immediately stood by Sophia. So did Emma. And honestly, so did I. Not because I hated Lily, not because I wanted revenge, But because some actions had consequences, Ryan and Lily weren't victims. They made choices, and eventually the group cut them off. Just like that, 6 became 4. The next year was quiet. I focused on myself, the gym, my career, my friendships, my peace. And for the first time in a long time, life felt simple. Then I met her, a girl who actually liked me, a girl who understood me, a girl who didn't make me earn basic affection. She was beautiful, funny, smart, but more importantly, being around her felt easy. No confusion, no mixed signals, no emotional guessing games, just honesty. We met on a rainy Saturday morning at a small bookstore cafe downtown. I had gone there to escape the weather and spend a few quiet hours reading. She was standing near the coffee counter, holding a novel I'd just finished a week earlier. When she noticed me looking at the book, she smiled and asked if it was worth reading. That simple question turned into a 30-minute conversation. 30 minutes became 2 hours, and somehow, talking to her felt as natural as breathing. She had this warm laugh that made everyone around her smile, the kind eyes that made you feel heard when you spoke, and a calm confidence that never needed attention to be noticed. Before we left, she scribbled her number on a napkin and told me she'd like to continue our conversation sometime. For the first time in years, I didn't have to wonder where I stood. When she liked me, she said it. When she appreciated me, she showed it. And eventually, we started dating. A few months later, I introduced her to the group. Jake loved her. Emma loved her. Even Sophia smiled for the first time in what felt like forever. Everything was finally falling into place. Then Lily found out, and suddenly, my phone started lighting up again. Messages, calls, excuses, coincidences that weren't coincidences, attempts to reconnect, attempts to remind me of our history, attempts to create problems in my new relationship. The same man who was like a brother had somehow become attractive. Funny how that works. One day, she finally confronted me. Why her? I looked at her, genuinely confused. What do you mean? What does she have that I don't? That question answered everything, because she still didn't understand. It was never about looks. It was never about attention. It was never about winning. The difference was simple. When I offered my heart, my girlfriend took it. When I offered my heart, Lily put it on a shelf, then expected it to stay there forever, waiting, available, convenient. But life doesn't work that way. People move on, people heal, people find better, and sometimes the person you rejected becomes unavailable, not because they're trying to punish you, but because someone else finally appreciated what you didn't. I wished Lily the best. I genuinely did. Then I walked away. Not angry, not bitter, not heartbroken, just grateful. Because losing the wrong woman made room for the right one. And that's how my story ended. Not with revenge, not with drama, not with proving anyone wrong, but with peace. The kind of peace you find when you stop chasing people who are unsure about you and start building a life with someone who is your peace